Right now we're only in one position. We probably should be long, maybe for an initial scalp or swing for the actual E-mini Nasdaq. So
Order filled.
A position there. We'll do 3 lots.
Order filled.
Right now we're down in everything. Kind of doing fade. So that's the Sierra chart. That's telling me I got filled on an entry. So you're going to hear that in the background from time to time, because I'm using Sierra chart kind of on the side too. I'm actually not doing good in that account, or not doing the way I should be. I should say. Well, once again, A plus day. This is an A plus day for the system. A plus day. So, oh, was I knocked out completely? I think I was. All right, so I'm on treatment, so don't expect much. And I have the hiccups. I think shared last time, this treatment gives me the hiccups. It's one of the few things I can't handle with treatment. Mentally, I cannot handle it. Pisses me off. I guess I can share the stream. Sorry, I'm a little slow today. I think I started streaming. I don't know, it's so friggin' slow. Oh, I didn't update my titles like an idiot. Whatever. It's going to be what it is going to be. You can see I'm up $100 there. We're break even on the GC trade. So what are we in? We're past the pivot 2, so it's either going to continue, or I mean, it's still possible it might continue with the pivot 2 pivot. Best trading down $90 down. Well, we're down on both blades, so both trades are selling off, both GC and the NQ. NQ's having a hard time this last little bit. I need to share the stream. God, I need to stop. I don't know, maybe I'll just trade for a few minutes. Who knows how I feel. If I'm not trading good, there's no reason to trade. If I am feeling good, then obviously I'll trade.
Order filled. Order filled.
We're up 270 in that GC trade. Sorry for those that are watching the chart or not watching the chart. We're up $1,200 so far for the day. Okay, yeah, the hiccups are back. Come on, man. Well, as you can see, I'm not commenting because I'm just focusing in. Plus, I need to probably go get something. I should have made coffee. Coffee actually helps when I'm in treatment sometimes. Up $500 on the NQ trade, and we're up 240 on the other trade. Is that $500? Ah, these hiccups, man, they're gonna drive me insane. This pisses me off. It's the only thing that I get upset about during this treatment. I can handle all the other multi side effects that are just annoying. So hiccups. Nothing that I've tried, researched works. So friggin' annoying. Guess we can protect that GC trade. Protect it from the perspective that it is a fade trade. So we're in 3 lots. So at a minimum, what we
stop filled.
What did I get stopped out on? Oh,
stop filled.
Of course, the NQ is just reliably trading momentum. So if you're doing anything but momentum, you're kind of not trading the system right at all. Okay, why do I hiccup? Fuck. Just interrupts my thinking. I just can't friggin' think. So, sorry to complain, but so fucking annoying. Hey, what is the speed that when the Enterprise gets out of warp? What is that warp speed called? Does anybody know? Are there any Trekkies? You know what? I'm going to have to do a poll. The poll is going to be Trekkies, but it's going to be, yep, the hiccups. Those are freaking amazing. Fucking love them. Love having them for 3 hours straight. It's just great. Fucking hiccups. So I should do a poll in Discord. Techies, or what are Star Wars fans called? Well, if you want to know what I call Star Wars fans now, they're basically automatons. I believe the modern Star Wars fan, from a cultural, so if you're a Star Wars fan, I apologize, But I believe from a cultural reference of entertainment, you're at the bottom barrel. So maybe I just offended you and maybe you're never going to watch me again. But and it's not your fault, actually. It's actually the Disney and all the shows they put out. Oh, sorry. Damn it. Was supposed to show that. My bad. That was stupid. Thus, what, why I don't stream when my mind isn't in super focus mode. Still in 2 lots. Fade trade on both those trades seemed to be the trade to go. That's why I traded it. Obviously. But we're still an aggressive trade. I'll take 1 off on gold.
Order filled.
Oh wait, no. No, I won't. Here's what I'll do. I'll buy 1 on gold.
Order filled.
Because I'm out of my
Order
mind.
filled.
Now I'll take 1 off. There we go. Take one of our trailing stops off. I guess I'll put these trailing stops in position. Notice that how I fixed that mistake right away? That's pro trader trip. Pro trader trip. A pro trader trick is what I would like to say. Basically, you make a mistake, you fix it immediately. Even if it goes in your favor, you fix it immediately. Tick-ups are awesome. I love it. I love it a lot. No one's watching on TradingView? Maybe I stopped streaming there. Guess no one wants to watch. Oh, it says 4 online. All right. I see. Guess I'll still stream there. I don't know. I don't have any times for. I don't have any time.
Stop filled.
I don't have a mindset for predictions right now. I'll just share that. I just don't have a mindset right now for trying to predict where the market's going beyond just quick predictions of, okay, it's obvious that it's going this direction. Not a bad start for a dude on chemo, I guess, of the day. Oh, shit, with hiccups, a little bit headache. Well, we know where this might be going. Probably RDA check. I'll just give you the grade for the Rexdog trade system right now. A+. I don't even need to see the close. Objective grade, and I'm still working on that post. I didn't finish the audio, and I wanted to have an audio component so people that don't want to read it can just veg out, do stuff, and kind of and read it. No, I don't really have the energy to do predictions right now. So whatever you're getting in the trade room here today is what's happening in the trade room. I'm no more near getting hospice, for instance, but I did tell they from time to time they ask me, in worst case scenario, would you want a hospice nurse? And I said, yeah, but could you find one that knows technology so I can teach my hospice nurse when to execute positions? I'll be trading to my last breath. So, but I feel relatively good except for the chemo. If I wasn't getting chemo right now, I wouldn't even feel like I'm sick. So take that for what it's worth. But I will be, if I do ever get to the point where I'm laying in bed and it's the end, my hospice nurse is going to have to learn to trade. Yeah, just I just hope my last breath isn't I don't know. I hope it's not. You always want your last words. I hope my last words aren't something lame. I mean, I'll be thinking about family and stuff, everything else, but of course. But I just hope my last trade isn't execute the trade. Put the trailing stop loss in. Okay, see that yellow line? That's the RDA. You're gonna want to go short there. Then she's gonna have to say, the family's gonna ask, what was his last words? Something about the RDA, some Rex dog, and I don't know. He was just very animated, and he just really wanted me to take a short position. Yeah, me too. I should have been heavier on the shorts, because those are the trades that kind of like. You didn't quite get confirmation till a little bit late, but it was you're kind of thinking, well, do the buyers at least want to make a real try here? Like, I mean, they made some tries, but like, do they want to do an end of day try? Yeah. Well, I'll share. One of my nurses at the oncology network is starting to watch my videos. So for those who don't know, my name is Scott, and she calls me, like, there's a few people in my life that have called me Scotty. She's one of those people that calls me Scotty. And then we always joke because, like, when you get treatment or you get anything, they always want to check your name and your birth date, right? So they want you to say your name, check it against your birth date, make sure they have the right pills for you, treatment, whatever they're doing, right? So she'll say Scotty, and then my last name, and then she'll say 10/18/74, and I'll be like, no, that's not me. She's like, oh, we got the wrong one. I'm like, no, I'm not Scotty. She hasn't hit me yet. Yesterday, we're close, because you kind of get a round robin with nurses. I get along with all the nurses, but yesterday she almost did the little hit on the shoulder, but I think they're not allowed to do that. even though like we're kind of buddies. So it's like, I think she just, it's like, oh, I know that. Yeah, I said, but it's not the right person. We're trying to be precise here. I don't know if there's another Scotty in here. I'm going to have to, like, that's taking my meds. It's just, you got to have fun when you can. All right, well, like I said, not much aggressive trading. I'm on treatment. So we're just really just trading lightly. We're still up to $2,000, which is acceptable. An acceptable amount to be up, I believe. Any questions on TradingView? My typical P&L is anywhere from 10 to 40 grand. All depends on the day. When I'm on treatment, my typical P&L is probably about 3 to 5 grand. Just because, you know, I'm on treatment and my mind isn't all there, my body isn't all there. No need to push it. Only to push it to the limit. You'll hear on Sierra chart, when I get out of a trade here, you'll hear it. So, did you hear that? That push it to the limit from Scarface? That is me getting out of a trade or me getting a position filled or out of a trade.
Stop filled.
Within Sierra chart. So that's the actual, you can customize your alerts. So that's the actual custom alert that yeah, that was great. I love having the hiccups every 2 minutes. It's awesome. Like if I should create some kind of therapy that gives you hiccups every 2 to 3 minutes. It would be the best thing on the planet.
Order filled.
I got out of the CL, or one lot, sorry. Yeah, hiccups. These are awesome. Oh, sorry, I don't mean to complain about it. I just can't handle it. Rex Dog System, once again, performed as expected. Fade up to momentum check. Take profit at momentum check. Maybe reverse at momentum check. And at no point today should you really have been fading the market. If you were being momentum, if you were trading momentum as you should be, you should have a positive, wonderful, beautiful, just beautiful, the most beautiful P&L you'd ever have. I can't talk like Trump yet, but I have to figure it out. So yeah, if you trade in momentum, you should have the most beautiful, the most gold-plated, the most beautiful P&L. And no, it's beautiful. Have you seen it? He always does that. Oh, no. Like you don't believe him that he's used beautiful like 10 times in a row. And like there's people that doubt him that his level of beautifulness it's not beautiful. Oh, Devil's Advocate. Have you guys ever seen that movie? One of my favorite movies too. Al Pacino and John Wick are in it before they killed his dog. So that's before they killed John Wick. They only killed his wife. Or he killed his wife. Did he kill his wife? Yeah, he killed his wife. Yeah, before he killed his wife, before John Wick killed his first wife, and before they killed his dog, the devil, I won't guess say, maybe spoiler alert, the devil plays a role in John Wick's life. But just like one time John Wick was on this bus, it's so crazy. One time John Wick was on this bus and like some weird terrorist like put a bomb underneath John Wick's bus, and he was there with this chick that was, let me see. I forget her name. No one tell me. Let me look it up. Yeah, so John Wick gets on his bus, and this is young John Wick, so it's not old John Wick, just so you know. This isn't old John Wick. This is young John Wick. I don't even think he had a wife at that point in time. So young John Wick, he gets on this bus, and as he gets on this bus, I think he's a cop too. So this is back when he was a cop. Hold on, I gotta concentrating on trading. I probably should not talk about John Wick and the bus, and other stuff without. Push it to the limit. All right, let's go, son. What time do we have left in the market? Little over 1 hour. This 60 close here, downside reaction, then rip up. That's what I would watch for. I would think for actors that IMDb would have a higher ranking than Wikipedia. Wikipedia, if you want to go there for false gossip and opinions. But I'm trying to see. Actually, I see why Wikipedia ranks better, because the user experience at actually in IMDb sucks. Yeah. I can see why it blows. Their user experience comparatively just sucks. They've changed their UI a little bit. Yeah. They definitely made their UI, sorry, worse. I can tell you that much. Is it time to go long again on the MNQ? Okay, these hiccups, man. Sorry. These hiccups
Order filled.
are pissing me off. Oh, Demolition Man. That's another great movie. All right. So here's the thing. Here's how it worked. Just so you know.
Stop filled.
Push it to the limit.
Yeah, love the hiccups. Awesome. I'm just going to share this update. I'm not flexing. I'm just saying, hey, if a dude on chemo with side effects can trade, and let's say I just end the day with 30 under 5 grand. Like, do you have limitations at the level that someone with chemo has? If you're an able-bodied person, able to think every single day, don't use me as an inspiration. Use me as I have no excuse. I don't know if that's an inspiration. I'm just saying from my perspective, like, if a dude friggin' on chemo that gets these annoying hiccups, has a headache, stomach doesn't feel great. I'm not complaining. I'm just telling you the state of the market, my physical state. That's all I'm telling you. I'm not looking for sympathy. I don't want sympathy. If I get sympathy within the group, I cut it off. I mean, I don't mind people saying, "Hey man, how you feeling?" But I don't want sympathy. So I detest sympathy. We're not promised anything in life. So, and health is really one of the most important things. I can tell you that firsthand. Okay, we're up in the NQ, roughly $600 dollar bills, y'all. Oh, you know what? Let me add the audio. Hey, to the whole group. Oh, I react mode sounds. Oh, hell yeah. Can I add my own? I like it. I like it a lot. Now, just the question is, can I... Oh, I can add a sound. Oh, smack. It's about to get baller up in here. Y'all about to be so annoyed by my sounds. Y'all aren't going to know what to do with yourself. Gonna get knocked out of this trail.
Push it to the limit.
Oh yeah, son, we pushing it to the limit. Hold up. I didn't protect that position. Damn it, Jim, I'm a doctor, not a trader. If I can end myself with 5Gs, okay, said that wrong. If I can end my trading today in a 5G profit, I will be satisfied given how I feel.
Stop filled.
Stopped out, still in the profits. We are out of the GC trade. CL, we missed the next trade is around the VWAP / RDA zone. That's the next trade. Other than that, I have no interest in, and I don't really have interest in trading it down there because it's a fade trade with mucho dinero.
Stop filled.
Losing trades. There are mucho dinero losing trades between here and there. I'm out of everything. Well, will the market allow me to hiccup? I can tell you that much. Will the market allow me to actually pull out another $1,200 to meet my dream? It's dangerous now. I just warned you guys. I'm just warning you ahead of time. Well, first of all, Discord created a soundboard. Now, does that go through the stream? That is the question.
I heard it here.
Well, here, but does it go through the stream, like on YouTube's?
Here, I'll check. Here, I'm actually the channel. I'll join back and let you know.
I promise I will not abuse the sounds.
Well, here, keep doing it for a second while I look at the YouTube.
It's about to get crazy up in here. I can't hear him actually anymore. Yeah, why can't I hear him anymore? Was Tony the control? Tip: hold control to use sound on game overlay. Okay. Sorry guys, I honestly do apologize. I don't mean to spam you with sound. We're just testing. We probably could have tested it. Okay, they got the horn. What's up?
That is hilarious.
Does it
I was
come
on
through?
both. Yeah, I was
Sweet.
on both, so it was just like
We
I
got
heard like 30 claps. That's hilarious.
Don't worry, y'all. I got over 200 sounds I can add to this thing. We can go from rap, heavy metal, death metal, love songs, movie quotes. Like, if it adds a layer of, well, I will be creating sound effects for Trade Room Alpha, because I want a Trade Room Alpha sound effects instead of me saying Trade Room Alpha. I want something. So I have a job out on Upwork to create a series of sounds for when I trade or share something in various things. Or if there's a fade trade, could be Darth Vader, or who's better than Darth Vader? Or is it's the dude
No
you
one.
like, Tony?
No one is better than Darth Vader.
Okay, but who's it? Bane. It could be.
Oh, Bane is also pretty bad.
How would Bane say fade trade? Would he do it in his weak voice or his dark voice, or deep voice? Doesn't Bane have kind of like this kind of like?
He has like it congested.
Yeah.
What will break first? The man. Hold on, I know that quote too. Hold on, I know this quote.
So would he say?
I need to look it up.
How would he say fade trade?
Hold on, let me find the quote real quick,
So
and then I can
Order
say
filled.
it.
I'm initially going long with a scale and strategy on this. The cumulative delta for the day is down pretty deep, but we'll double in at 6 at 3 here, down below, and then we'll do one more 3, and then we'll watch that trade pretty closely, because that could double or not double. That could remove half of our P&L if we have to exit in a bad spot. But we're getting close to. Did I say pivot time too? I'm sorry. I apologize to everybody that I shared that with. We are not in pivot time too. We're fitting to be. Yeah, we're fitting to be in pivot time too. So that's in another 9 minutes. We'll be in pivot time too. These hiccups, man. I didn't have them last night, and I was like, oh, this is awesome. That means I'm not going to get the hiccups this cycle. Nope. Them fools wanted to capture me and torture me. The hiccup gods, whoever those fools may be. When I find y'all, oh man, what'd be worse than hiccups that I could give someone that was a hiccup god?
A hiccup and a stub toe.
Oh yeah, that's what I'd do. I'd turn into fairy godmother, and then I'd give the hiccup people nonstop stub toes, even with shoes on, even with steel boots on, they'd still be able to get stub toes.
That's the worst.
That would be that's what I'd do. Yeah. If I have a dream. Have I told y'all about Round 'em Out Man? Do you guys want to hear about Round 'em Out Man?
What's round 'em out?
Well, you do. But there's light trading because there's no like major. I mean, it's all everything's fades right now. There's no momentum trades on the table. So everything you're doing, if you're thinking about doing a trade, it's all fades. So Bain would say, trade only. I don't know how he speaks. I kind of sound.
You merely adopted the fade. Yeah. I was born in it, molded by it.
Yeah,
I didn't see the momentum trades.
Yeah, I probably sound like the bitch version of Bain.
I love it. My buddies and I used to play this game where you can pretty much do the Bane move where he like breaks Batman's back. It's called For Honor. Super fun game, but we bought the execution that you could do it for, and every time we did it, we would say the line. So I memorized it for a long time.
That shit's funny.
Yeah, kids used to get so mad at us too. It's hilarious. Just screaming Bane in their ear. It's pretty funny.
I miss having buddies that I would hang out with, and we would have our own memes, your own shared memes. And then you had, when you grew up, you had cell phones and social media, right? And this is when like your little clan, your little crew of like 3 or 4 dudes and maybe a chick. So we always had a chick too. 3 or 4 dudes and a chick, and she wasn't a trying to be with us chick. She was just a down chick. So like we would come up these sayings or memes, right? And back then you only had landlines. And like you would know if you were kind of like a zeitgeist of because you have maybe 3 or 4 different middle schools, and then you have a couple of high schools, right? And you would know if you came up with cool stuff all the time, cool sayings, because it would spread to your school, and then like 2 months later you might know something that goes to another middle school, because back then you didn't really connect like you do now. And then you would learn that they're using the same phrase that you came up with, And then one time I met the originator, like from Tennessee. So one time we were saying a phrase. Our group thought we came up with this meme phrase, just phrases from culture, right? Or whatever. And one time this guy from Tennessee was visiting, and he heard us saying that. He's like, "You guys say that up here?" He's like, "My crew created that like a year ago." And it was just funny how culture spreads. But yeah, so we used to have. That's how these memes used to spread before there was cell phones and social media.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That would be crazy to meet the person who originated it.
Well, in another state too. It's like, you can't really, the dude's either lying, you can't really check him, but he kind of had proof of it.
Pretty crazy.
Yeah. All right, so he has this spicy Montezuma Rebs. Okay, great. Well, I think this soundboard might break. So if anybody wants to hear, more than one person, my nephew wants to hear about Round 'em Out Man, I'll talk about Round 'em Out Man, because he might be making an appearance this summer.
What?
Yeah. He will be armed, but he might be making an appearance. Have I told you about Roundabout Man?
No, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Oh, okay.
Is it like is it a guy?
Oh yeah, it will be a man, a full man.
Alright, now I'm confused.
I'll tell you about Roundabout Man if you want to know. But I want more than
I
one.
do.
Well, I know, but I want more than one person because just you knowing, I know, like you just want to know so you can laugh at me.
No.
That's the only reason why you want to know.
I don't know where you're getting this information from.
So, you just want to know because you just want to laugh at me because I just know. So, I know this is one of those things where I'm gonna, if I share, otherwise I'll tell you if no one else wants to know. As you can see, I'm in a long trade on NQ. No reason to trade anything else. Maybe CL because it held momentum. But if you're going to fade, you might as well just do more position size, More position size. So there was an alpha question last night that I probably could have answered in 15 minutes, but it turned into an hour 45-minute video. It's going on the YouTubes. So it is going on the YouTubes. Now, it's going to be a very... It's like my old style videos. So it's going to be... You're either going to really resonate with it because it doesn't fully answer the question, but it answers the question the way that it needs to be answered. But then also, I don't go down rabbit holes, but the value gets better the longer you watch the video. And I'll share for those listening why I do that, because I don't think I've ever shared that. It's very intentional when many of my videos, if they're longer, and I don't do the thing that some YouTubers do, which is I'm going to share you the number one secret. I'm going to share you the secret stop loss percentage that you should use on every single of your trades. You want to stick to the end of the video to get that number. Well, I don't do that at all. What I do, I intentionally keep some of the most valuable stuff at the end of the video, because the traders I want are the traders that are watching the end of the video. If a trader cannot hold the interest past the first 3 to 5 minutes of the video, I really don't want that trader to even say, hey, I want to join the Rexdog trade system. Because they've already kind of passed, or they failed one check of do they have the ability to... Now, this doesn't mean we're going to be doing longer videos. We're going to get much better at doing shorter videos. I'm just saying that I don't want the trader that can't sit through an hour video if I'm providing value. I understand you might not resonate with me, so I understand that aspect. I understand that, hey, you just don't resonate with my style, or you just don't like the way I teach. I take too long. I get it. Well, that's fine. But my answer to that, to be totally upfront, is then I create content where the value gets better as the video goes and if I were to just give you, let's say I could give you all the answers within the first 3 minutes, you don't even have the proper context to those answers. So if you get those answers, I've tested this. You give those answers, those people walk away thinking they have the solution, but they have no idea how to execute it or think about how to execute it. So I even feel bad with just playing into the lowest denominator of the Lambo traders. So I don't do it. But I also know that I do sometimes take a little bit longer to explain things than needed. So I'm working on getting much better at that. I have been for a while. So I understand that sometimes I could probably explain the subject with much more clarity. But then also, like last night when I was recording this video, I was trading in the charts, and I was doing a stupid trade intentionally. I was doing a fade stupid trade intentionally to talk about the concept of what we were discussing, which it is risk and percentage trade profits by account size. I don't know how to better title the video, but that's what it is. It sounds like a technical thing, right? But so the title of the video is risk and percentage trade profits by account size. And here's what I'd ask. I almost don't want to ask the person that asked that question to watch this video, because I should be able to create like a 15-minute video for just alphas that go through what was covered in this video. So what I would like, if I have enough energy after trading here, then I will happily go and do a shorter video. But this video answers the question, and it answers how to think about it. All right, so we're long in the NQ. We're up about $3,800 for the day. CL maybe is hitting the opening range, so the next CL trade is probably right around the VWAP if we get there. Sorry, hiccups. Okay, we got a couple. Well, we got one person asking about roundabout man. We're fade long, up $330. All right. Sounds good. See you in an hour. Oh, wait. We're in profit in that. We're in profit in the SC. Guess I should turn that to a sell trailing stop. Okay, I need to fix those brackets on this chart. That's annoying. Can move this. These are invalid. These trades, the 3 lots are invalid now. It might get more volatile, obviously, because, okay, we're in pivot time 2 of the afternoon session. Those that do not know what pivot time 2, join Discord. You should be joining Discord anyways. And ask me about the pivot times of the market. I need to come up with a better time, but we have a 24-hour outline of the psychology of the futures market. And so this is pivot time 2. Not only do you look for reactions, but you look for important pivot times from pivots. Got knocked out of the Sierra trade. I'm a little bit more aggressive with Sierra chart because I'm not as comfortable trading in the platform yet. I am testing our first release of Sierra chart version 1, the Rexdog trade system. I believe for those that have already communicated, it's 197 the first version, and then as we add things and get closer to full official release, we'll be up to 497 for that release, because it'll include a lot of things. So one-time fee. So do apologize that we have a fee for Sierra chart add-ons, but it's either that or you wouldn't have them. So I guess that's the way to look at it, because I'm have a agreement with a developer, and that's kind of the agreement for us sharing them beyond our relationship. So, which I think is still a steal. It's still an awesome deal. It's okay. So we're now up to $4,000. We'll see if there's another trade that exists. So if you want to know about kind of the market pivots, ask me. I'll share with the group again the overview of the 24-hour market pivots of the future market. There are times that are predictable, like the opening range, for instance. Predictable, the volatility. There are times that the market moves that have a high probability time range
Order filled.
that you expect a directional move or a directional try that occur day after day. Not always, but day after day. Up about $4,000, $4,058. Does it? Let me ask you this: does it show my P&L here? Let me see. No, it doesn't. So it's not even helpful.
Order filled.
Bull socks, Sandra bull socks. Oh yeah, I didn't finish my John Wick story. So, you remember the cop in one of the best movies ever made? What was the best? Demolition Man. So you remember the cop, the female cop in Demolition Man? Well, I think she lost her
Great movie.
job. What is it?
Oh, just a great movie.
Yeah, one of the greatest movies ever made. I mean, she lost her job and then she became a hacker. And then she documented that in the documentary, The Net. And then I think that she got sick of being a hack. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Demolition Man, she was a cop. That documentary. You know, it's kind of interesting. It's a future documentary. And then I guess she must have lost her job as a cop. And she was a bus driver. So John Wick gets on the bus, like when he was a cop. So this is before John Wick, had the guns in the basement underneath all that, his tile and everything, and his wife and his dog. And he gets on this bus, just kind of doing his thing. And suddenly he realizes there's a bomb on the bus. And then basically the thesis of that documentary was that bus had to be kept over 55 miles an hour. And for whatever reason, I don't know, I haven't seen the documentary in a while, but for whatever reason, the chick from Demolition Man, Sandra, had to, she couldn't let him drive, I think. Well, because they had to go, I don't remember if he ever got to drive. Anyways, there's one time they had to jump over a bridge or jump over a freeway was being built up, but they couldn't go underneath 55 or 50 or 40. I don't remember what the speed, and the bus would blow up. Well, John Wick saved the day, as he typically does. So, that's kind of par for the course. And then John Wick became an attorney from the South. I think Florida. I don't know what exact state. He married a very beautiful woman. I don't know her name, but she's very beautiful. So this is the next documentary John Wick was in. And I guess, this is kind of a spoiler alert for the documentary, but I guess he's connected to the devil sometime, and he did really good. He had this court case where he was basically, he was a public defender, and he defended this child molester. And the child molester got off. So then he was invited to become one of the largest law firms in New York State. And this coach that used to have a documentary on TV actually was a killer. What got accused of killing his wife. So anyways, he was recruited to pick juries. John Wick was. So he's been an attorney too. And basically, it's a good movie too. It's one of my favorite movies. The Devil's Advocate, documentaries. One of my favorite documentaries. Then let's see where John Wick, because I don't know when John Wick became John Wick, where he had the John Wick, where he became that job. Because I don't think he ever ran into the dude that has one precise skill. I've amassed whatever his saying is. I've amassed a series of skills over my life and whatever. I can't remember the awesome saying that he says. You know what?
You talking about Taken?
Huh?
You talking about Taken with Liam Neeson?
Yeah, but what's his character? I'm trying not to use the actual, like who is John Wick? Or yeah, who is John Wick? Or who is the Taken documentary main character?
I actually don't know his name.
Yeah, but he has a. There's a Keanu Reeves. I didn't know that. I didn't know Keanu. It's Keanu, not Kiana. Still, nothing changed in the market for as entering trades. I wish that there'd be more opportunity, obviously. But I'm up $150. What are we in lots? How many lots in there? That's only 2 lots. So I'm in $150 in 2 lots. Actually, we're up a little bit higher now. Not a bad trade. And once again, predictable, I believe. We're in another pivot time, but I don't add that pivot time. Oh yeah, I forgot about that documentary, The Matrix. So, John Wick actually has got a pretty... Well, it all started when something was afoot at the Circle K. So John Wick became John Wick when something was afoot at the Circle K. I mean, this dude was an FBI agent. John Wick was an FBI agent. And he was a surfer dude. Like, John Wick, but it all started when something was afoot at the Circle K. That's really when it started for John Wick. That's when his life changed. So something was afoot at the Circle K. I believe John Wick learned his warrior spirit from Genghis Khan. He got his wits from, I believe, Genghis Khan and Joan of Arc. So Joan of Arc and Genghis Khan. He spent a little bit of time with Genghis Khan and Joan of Arc. And I believe that he got some of his wit from Lincoln and Socrates. So Socrates, gave him some of his wits, but his warrior spirit came from Joan of Arc and Genghis Khan, one of the most powerful warriors of history. And then when did the okay, you're right. After Speed, actually, so in Devil's Advocate, that actual documentary, I won't want to spoil it because it's actually a really good documentary. It's worth working, but just know that in some form or fashion, the devil is involved. It's a really good movie, one of my favorites. And then I think because of this religious experience that John Wick had, he
Stop filled.
he somehow figured out that we're actually living in a simulation. And the simulation has close connections to biblical writing and biblical theology. Just that documentary is just really based. And what he really figured out is that we're kind of living in a simulation, and our simulation and the way to get out of simulation is really based on quite a few biblical thinkings and biblical stories, biblical theology. Some people believe that's what that documentary is about. Partially. It could be about, too, the other thought now, because it could be about not understanding who you are inside based on your physiology. That's another theory out there that movie has a subtext towards. So the people that are born a certain way and then their mind doesn't connect with the way they're born, it's got to be absolutely a terrible way to live and feel. That's another aspect of how that movie is maybe themed. And then John Wick, man, this guy, I can't believe this guy played football for one of the worst football teams. Before he came in, not only that.
Stop filled.
No, I said that. When he traveled through the phone booth, I said the phone booth. That was when something was afoot at the Circle K. And that's where he got his warrior spirit. This all started, John Wick was like a stoner dude, like in his early years. And he had a friend named Ted, and Ted's mom was hot. And was it Ted's mom? I think Ted's mom was hot. So they were at the Circle K. Something was afoot. Like I said, he got his warrior spirit from Genghis Khan and Joan of Arc, two of the most badass warriors in history, and his thinking from Lincoln and Socrates. So Socrates gave him some philosophy. And then, so we're up to the time where, he was Constantine. I'm not going to get into that because that's more of a religious theology documentary. So we're not going to get into that. But he was Constantine. He was picked to be Constantine for our day and age. He was also in the documentary where the Earth stood still, where I believe aliens invaded. So, but he already had the warrior spirit. I am a long position. This is kind of an aggressive trade on the NQ. So it could sell off here. So I might be dinging my P&L a little bit. So, but we'll do one more entry down here and one more entry down here. So that's our entries where we're going to enter. 12,840 spot 75 is my last one. Yeah, so and then as you can, it's kind of weird with John Wick. He's kind of had this thing where he's gone back and forth between being a warrior and then doing these love songs. So for instance, he was part of one of the 47 Ronin. So if you know that story, he was part of one of the 47 Ronin, and which is basically, if you don't know it, a band of samurai go and they avenge the death and dishonor of their master at the hands of a shogun. So a pretty ruthless shogun, actually. So, and then I think he got enough warrior skill. Well, no, what happened? I think he came back and he got married. And he got a dog, and his wife died, and his wife gave him the dog, but he got it after she died, I believe. I think. I'm not quite sure in the timeline. I'll have to call John Wick and ask him. I mean, he's on my speed dial. He's number 1.
Order filled.
It says call in case of emergency. So I got it. Speed dial 1. But then
Order filled.
John Wick was just out there at a gas station, just getting gas. I mean, just minding his own business, just living life, living his best life that he could. I mean, his wife just died. He's got a little dog. He's got a really badass car. I don't remember what the car was. I should, because I should be a car guy. So I probably just lost my man card. Anyways, long story short, these dudes followed John Wick to his house, which I don't understand how that happened, because I don't know how John Wick lost the ability to have situational awareness. Mustang. Yeah, it was a Mustang. Thanks, the stock bot. But I have no idea how John Wick lost his situational awareness to not realize that, like, maybe he was going to be followed home. Or maybe they got his license plate. I don't remember exactly how. If they got his license plate, then I'm okay. But even then, I would wonder from a John Wick perspective, how did he not have the OPSEC enough to basically say, I don't want someone that can get my license plate and know where my home address is. But I can understand he no longer probably cared that much because his wife has died and he only had his dog. And he figured, look, if anything happens, I can handle myself, and I got a killer dog. I mean, that dog looked like a killer, just the way I saw it. Obviously, he couldn't take on 3 men, because what happened is people broke in and killed the dog, which is basically if you do that, revenge. I mean, you can burn down the house, you can take the wife, you can take the truck, you can take the favorite cowboy boots and cowboy hat. You could do all that, but if you take the dog, you're asking for an enemy. If you kill the dog, you're asking to be not alive much longer. So those are the rules of life. You can burn a man's house down, take his wife, take his truck, take his beer, take his alcohol, take his favorite whiskey, take all that. You kill the dog or take the dog, you've got a new op for life. So that's how John Wick became John Wick. Now, I have yet to see the John Wick 4, so I don't know what the end possible. I don't know if this is the ending movie, but I have yet to see. One of the things that John Wick did before he actually did John Wick Chapter 4, which I thought was odd, is that he played a role in Cyberpunk 2077. I thought that was odd. I mean, it was good, but the game sucked when I bought it. I haven't gone back to it. All right, I think I'm profitable almost. I didn't want to lose money on this trade because I would like, so did my Pill and Ted, or did my John Wick, or did you guys know about the John Wick history? There goes my hiccups again. Were you aware of the John Wick history?
I actually did not know that.
Yeah.
Like any of that. I just knew that
I mean, I
it
didn't
was
mention
an absolute unit.
the various love documentaries he had. John Wick has done a lot of love documentaries where he's gone to a wedding. He's been in a couple other documentaries where he shows up and plays a couple cool, or his personality is a little bit different. But
That's pretty cool.
I think you can, that first time that he told, wait, he was Bill. Yeah, the first time he told Ted that his mom was hot is when you saw the first glimmer of John Wick. Yeah. I was in profit for a little bit. Let's see if this moves up or it takes me out. I probably should have stops in and not let this trade go too far against me. So on the NQ, I'm going to put stops in. So in the video that's about to be released, is being rendered now. Thanks, Chad. Basically, the end has a live trade overnight, trading the MNQ with a potential $3,000 account. There was one trade there that I could have executed, but it would have been really iffy in a $3,000 account. But I do believe the numbers that I calculated today, I could have executed that a trade. So but it was bad trading, but it was proving the point and answering the question. So I did it from that perspective. Yeah, we'll see if Microsoft does something in the close. Okay, I'll tell about Roundabout, man. And then I'll answer any questions for the end of the stream, and then we'll call it a stream once the market kind of closes. So,
yes.
In my region,
Roundabout.
yeah, in my region, I'm in the United States, and United States the last 10 to 15 years they've been taking out dangerous intersections where stoplights are, and they've been putting in roundabouts. Now, for those in the rest of the world, do they call them roundabouts in London? But in the rest of the world, roundabouts are common. I've lived in Italy for a while. I've been in a lot of countries. I've driven a lot of countries. The roundabouts in Italy, well, for instance, I love the way people drive Italy. They drive aggressive defensive, meaning that they're not they are aggressive drivers because they're aware, and at least it was when I lived there, but they're defensive, meaning that here in the United States, if I cross the center line, the other person going the other way will absolutely freak out. Now, they should be aware, but they will absolutely freak out and think that the world's ending and I'm the biggest douche on the road. But I might be trying to give room for a biker on the side out of courtesy. I still don't like bikers on the road, but I'll give room out of courtesy. Well, the person on the other side in the U.S. generally freaks out. like you're invading their space, their magical space. That line is some kind of magical line, and they're offended. In Italy, you see that's common, and you just move over.
Stop
Because
field.
you're aggressively defensively driving. Well, with roundabouts in
Stop
Europe
field.
and probably other parts of the country
Stop
or other
field.
parts of the world that I haven't got an opportunity to visit yet, they know how to drive in roundabouts. In roundabouts, the number one rule is it's yield, not stop, meaning that you yield to the people in the roundabout, and as safely as possible you enter the roundabout. Yield does not mean stop. So, which is obvious. And there is a little bit of a learning curve to enter a roundabout that has active traffic in it. But if everybody knows how to do it, it's great. Okay. So here in the United States, now it's at the point where I live currently, I can't get to my location. I will drive other directions in order to not go through roundabouts here in the States. Because, and I know everybody says people are bad drivers, and Tony would maybe attest, I'm kind of a fast driver. Maybe I drive a little fast, but, not dangerous, just fast. So, the roundabouts here in the I can't get to where I live because they've surrounded me by roundabouts. And I hate the way people drive roundabouts.
Order
Because
filled.
the number one thing is if there's no one in the roundabout, people here in the United States still stop. So,
Stop field.
got stopped out. I shouldn't have done that trade. So, they just don't know how to do roundabouts. So, I don't know when he's going to appear. But one of these times when it gets warmer, I'll do gold after my story. So, sometime this summer, I believe Roundabout Man's going to make his first appearance. And he's going to travel a city. And he's going to have cards. And he's going to have probably a cape. And I don't know what direction he's going to be. It might be Superman. Spider-Man. I think it'll be Spider-Man because he's going to need a mask. And he's going to be Roundabout Man. And he's going to spend a few hours at roundabouts here in the United States. And he's going to have various signs to basically say, hey, idiot, it's yield, not stop. Hey, dumbass, properly. I don't know if it's going to be this strong. Hey, idiot, it's yield, not stop. Meaning you yield. What is the word when you merge into the roundabout? You don't enter where the roundabout, and I don't know how this sign would read, but you don't enter the roundabout so that the people in the roundabout have to stop. So every roundabout I go in the United States is, if I'm behind someone, they will either stop when there's no traffic. This happens common. Or they'll stop when they should have gone. Or they will enter the roundabout and they will force the people in the roundabout to slow down because for whatever reason, they don't understand the concept of a yield. And it's not young people. It's not old people. It is every age. And this isn't one of those things where I'm just complaining that, oh, everybody drives worse than me. I'm the best driver.
Order filled.
I know I'm not the best driver. But I'm also very cognizant not to piss anybody else off because I have my own personal reasons why I never want to get into a road rage incident. I never want to be the cause of a road rage incident. But it is possible that Roundabout Man might be formed in 2023. And Roundabout's job will be to visit various roundabouts and educate the populace about being proper roundabout drivers. And he's not doing it for the fame. He's not doing it for pay. He's doing it for freedom. What does Superman say? Whatever Superman's saying, that's what he's doing it for. He'll be adopting Superman's saying. So that's Roundabout Man. And I've asked, or Roundabout Man has asked someone that can design costumes, because you can't have a Roundabout Man there with a lame ass costume. It just wouldn't work. Not quite Batman, not quite Flash, but not quite Spider-Man. Maybe a mix in between. Okay, let's do gold. That's a Roundabout Man. Let's look at GC. I'm up now, but I think maybe we'll only end the day about 4K for the day. Not bad for a dude on chemo, I guess you could say. Oh yeah, keep getting the hiccups. Gotta love it. Well, and Roundabout Man, I think, will have an accent, I believe. Well, for instance, if Roundabout Man was getting interviewed by the local news channel, and the reporter would ask, well, where did Roundabout Man come? I would say, or not I would say, Roundabout Man would say, it's not roundabout, it's Roundabout Man. Roundabout Man came from a city in the mountains in Europe. What's the most majestic mountain range? Oh, you mean you heard that story before? So there's another person out there being Roundabout Man? Gold, let's look at the 4-day first. Wait, is this GC? Oh yeah, this is not the full gold chart. So let's go to the ideas chart. Sorry for the hiccups. Apologize for the hiccups. So I have an idea on gold, which is a 10-year price target. And here's the idea. Let's say we're right on the idea. It's pulling back. It's hard to see. But on this idea, okay, jeez, I didn't want it that huge. That's what she said. It is pulling back. I expected it to pull back down to here. That's what I expected. So we'll see if that plays out. But let's go to the actual chart and let's look at it. Let's go to... Okay. By the way, how I do that is just hold on, trick. Oh, okay, thanks. That's kind of what I thought you meant, but I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure if you meant that. Yeah. Yeah, but it would be Roundabout Man's to get press. He would like press, and Roundabout Man would be armed as well. So Roundabout Man doesn't have any special superpowers except I mean, he gets additional superpowers when he's in a roundabout. So he does get additional superpowers, but he can't stop bullets. So Roundabout Man will be armed and trained. So you can see I've already done TA. Okay, well there's the TA for that's the TA. I'll share this. on this is the TA that I see, still relevant. I don't have to do any updates. That's what I see. And then we'll do the 4 hour. And then you use the 4 hour for your lower time frame using the RexDog system. So if you don't trade the RexDog system, it's a one-time fee. You get all indicators. You get all indicators except for Sierra chart indicators they're going to be releasing. And unfortunately, that's just an additional cost. But very minimal. So, this is why. So, this is my current TA on gold. That's my current TA on gold. And if you want to learn how to trade that with this a highly effective system, what I would suggest is that the indicators that you see on the chart and how I charted all this was all taught to you in the RexDog trade system. Send me or join Discord, send me a DM and ask how to get started, or send me an email. There's a link on the site. When you go visit the RexDog site, there's a link there that says, how to get started. Send that. I'll send you an email. No one can join with just me talking to them a little bit. And it's just, I just want to understand where you're at in your trading journey. That's all I care about. I just want to understand where you're at in your trading journey, and then where, what do you want to trade? That way I can better guide you or support you to go through the training the best way. And then also, you're in the right perspective. So you can see on TradingView down below, it says join Discord. Same on YouTube, it says join Discord. Join Discord, send me a DM, say, hey, how do I get started? Or ask any questions. I'm sure you might have questions about the trade system. Like today, just prime example. I'm probably gonna lose on this trade, maybe $500 or so. Who knows? And I'm aggressively trading because I guess I want to make $5,000 for the day, but I might not. I might just make $3,500. But not bad for a dude on chemo who has uncontrollable hiccups for the last 3 hours. That
order filled
isn't feeling the best. I would say I shouldn't be trading this trade, put it that way. This trade is a highly arbitrary risk trade, highly arbitrary fade trade. But we'll put in some trailing stops at where it's now, and we'll either get taken out on $600 or we'll make some profit. So let me go back to that chart. Yeah, there's no sign. If you see that little line there, it held momentum. There's no sign that that gold wants to give up the current long momentum. It's bias long and short long. There is no sign at all that. It did a momentum check 2 days in a row and it held. So there's no sign that it wants to give up the long scenario. If there was a close below this orange line, I would say, okay, yeah, there's a possibility that maybe the downside's more stronger, but I'd still be long bias. We'll be long bias until it gets below the RDA. So, you've got 1, 2, 3 reaction zones between here and there. And then let's just use the VWAP. Let's just look at the VWAP. Let's do some VWAPage. So if we do some VWAPage, which is a technical term for when you're using the VWAP, we'll do some VWAPage. And where's my VWAPage? Why is my VWAPage not working? I'm using the technical term. Wait, there's no volume on this chart. Where's no volume? There is vol. Oh, okay, yeah, duh. Is this the futures chart? Hold on. Yeah. No, this is gold. Why is there no volume on this chart? And why does this chart have volume? Maybe the day. Oh no, there's volume there. So I should be able to print it. I should be able to. The VWAP should paint. It's not painting. Okay, the anchored VWAP. I'm saying. The anchored VWAP should paint, and it's not painting. It's not printing. But I bet on this chart it will print. So we use the 4-hour chart because I can see the volume on the 4-hour chart. So the only thing I'd add to here is anchored VWAP. The CFDs don't have it. Well, yeah, it does. So this chart does, and that's a CFD, and then this is a CFD. Oh, maybe on the fort. Sorry for the hiccups. Damn it, wrong chart. Maybe on the daily. No, what are you saying? It's CFD. Use futures for VWAP.
Stop filled.
Damn it. Lost $1,000 on that trade. That was so stupid. That was a stupid trade. So the anchored VWAP says that even here in this zone is right at the RDA aligns with the anchored VWAP. Oh, fucking see that? Pissed me off.
Order filled.
That actually pissed me off. I knew that was going to happen. I knew I was right directionally, but I knew that I was probably going to get hit on a spike. That's so... Damn it, market. Teach me another lesson. But I'm getting you back. I'm getting you back, man. See, I'm still in. I went back long. You take me out, I go back long. You can kick me down. Can't take me out. That's for all of you guys. That's the thinking you should have. The market can kick you down, but it can't take you out. Now is the perfect day to join as an alpha. We have behind the scenes. A lot of things are happening. This is a perfect time to become an alpha. Perfect time to become an alpha. Join the system. One-time fee. One of the best trading planets ever created on the planet. In history. And you live in such an amazing time. I'm going to get a little philosophical here. You live in such amazing time that you have the opportunity to be a speculator. Any other charts? Yeah. Works on one. Any other charts send over, I'll do. But just think about it. 200 years ago, you'd either be living in a city probably before the Industrial Revolution, as it was starting. You'd be a farmer working on a farm, or you'd be some derivative of part of the food chain, meaning being how you get food. You'd have a hard life. You'd still have enjoyment, but depending on your family's wealth. For instance, if you were born a serf, and I know this was just starting to come out of kind of like, but there was still a caste system in much of the world 200 years ago. So it wasn't like it was in the Dark Ages, for instance. But if you were born a non-aristocrat, or as a commoner, so to say, the way they looked at it in Europe, your opportunity to advance your family through wealth was extremely difficult. Your opportunity to change the future generations of your offspring was virtually impossible. The opportunity just didn't exist. And the opportunity didn't exist where it didn't take a tremendous amount of hard physical labor. And it didn't take, meaning that you would work all day physically. And then, or if you did do something academically, you'd still work all day. Now, you kind of do that now, too, because trading is kind of more academical. But you also didn't have the ability to be just you. You didn't have to have customers. You didn't have to answer. You didn't have to answer to your animals. Think about how lucky you are to be a speculator in the day and age that we live in. That you don't have to answer to anybody. And you don't have to, you just need a machine that's connected to some other machine that is connected to some imaginary numbers. All this is imaginary. None of this is real. This isn't real. And I don't mean real in the sense that we live in the Matrix. These numbers aren't real. These are all made up. They're all made up. Every single number that we're trading are all made up. You can say, oh no, but there's fundamental analysis, there's earning per share, there's all these reports that Moody does and all that. No, you know what? It's all fake. It's all not real. Money's made up by man. And it only works because other men and women, money is made up by humankind, by humans. And it only exists because other humans have belief that it has value. The things we trade, the only reason why we put value in them is because some arbitrary number was picked. And then other humans
Order filled.
agree that that arbitrary number is probably a fair value. They believe that. You have the opportunity to engage with every single person in the world engaging in the market one-on-one, meaning it's their skill against your skill. Now, they might have billions of dollars and an algorithm and quants, but at the end of the day, they still execute in the same, not markets, but in the same ticker and opportunities. Not all, they get better opportunities, so trust me. When you get 100 AUM, you get the ability to do some things that you can't do underneath 100 AUM, and some numbers are even higher. But yeah, but 90% of everything out there, it's you have the same opportunity to enter the market as they do. But at the end of the day, it's just you. You don't have customer service. You don't have to worry about getting up and the first thing you got to do in the day is answer 10 customer emails of people mad at you. If you sell physical products, you don't have to get up and deal with all the returns, even though, let's say you had a clothing shop, someone orders 5 different sizes of a shirt, and you know that it's not for 5 different family members. You know it's for them because they don't know what size is going to look best on them, so they order 5 different pairs and they send 4 back. Well, you don't got to deal with 4 orders like that coming back a day and just eating the cost or reducing it, or the worst case is you say, hey, these aren't used shirts, they're brand new. But you don't have to deal with that. You just got to pull up the chart, have a plan, keep your emotions in check, and trade the plan. Like, that is like your opportunity. And I just blew the additional P&L that I just made by doing another fade trade late in the market. But I don't see the other trade that exists. So I would just say that, like, if you think about it, if you're thinking about giving up, or you're saying that it's hard, right? Well, it's not hard compared to what your opportunity would have been years ago. So I'm sure I lost a lot of people. A lot of people dropped off because, number one, I didn't provide trades, didn't provide value from a trading perspective. But I think it's almost more important to understand your opportunity that exists in the market. The opportunity that exists for you as a trader, as a person, as a human, and grab that opportunity and run with it, because you live in a very fortunate time where the opportunity actually exists.
Order filled.
I'll share my P&L. It's time for me to jump off. I got to get something to eat, something to drink, and other stuff. But call it a day. Thanks everybody for joining me. I was excited to stream because I really did want to stream. I didn't know how I was going to go, but I was excited to stream just because I was excited to get back and engage with everybody, see how everybody's doing. Also, if you're ready to get started with the RexDog trade system, what you want to do is you visit the website, rexdogtrading.com. You get much more information than you probably want on how the system works, what it's about. You'll see a link there that says how to get started. Click that link and then join and get started. And then you can, the best way though, the quickest way is join Discord. Join Discord, send me a DM, and ask how to get started. So that is the quickest way. And I hope that, yeah, no, thanks. I hope you appreciated John Wick's history. Not everybody knew the full history of John Wick. Mr. Wick, as we call him. So that is the full history of John Wick. Definitely a Renaissance man. Many talents, quite a diverse background. But
Order
I think
filled.
where he's ended his life here as
Order filled.
Mr. Wick, I think is the pen.
Order filled.
I don't know the word I want to say.
Order filled.
Is where he's gonna be. I guess I'll keep streaming since I'm aggressively trading this.
Order filled.
Is he gonna work out? Or it's gonna hurt really bad. Straight's either gonna work out or it's gonna hurt really bad. I enjoyed poker last Friday too. That was fun. We're gonna start doing more of that stuff. It was just fun to just sit down with everybody or just hang out with a few people, or everybody that showed up, and just kind of learn more about everybody.
Order filled.
Oh, sorry, I didn't show my chart. NQ, that's what I'm trading. NQ 12 lots. End of day trade. Actually, it's not even end of day. Market closed. This is after close settlement trade. Talk about aggressive trade there. Oh, I was up 1,000. Oh, there we go. We're up. Oh, bam. We out,
Order
baby.
filled.
All right, I made 6,000 for the day. Booyah. So for those that don't know, yeah. So made another 3K there. So there you go. That actually, I'm glad I'm documented that. Oh man, look at that rip. I could like made more. Damn it, Jim. Well, sorry, we're showing out the show. See that rip there, end of day, or after close? I could have still been in the money. Man, oh man, oh man. I don't know. I'll take the extra 3K. So, end of day of 6,000. I was gonna be ending the day around less than 4. I should have stayed in that trade for a couple lots, but I was like, let me just take the extra 3. Was that 2K or 3K? I think it was 2K. Sorry, I'm doing the math wrong. Oh man, it's still running. Makes me wish I was still in it. Yeah, I used to trade the close. So I got good at trading the close. I'm still good at trading the close, obviously. Maybe I should just trade the close and the open from now on. So I made my 5Gs. Damn. Not bad P&L for a dude being on chemo. I think it's time for me to call it a day, though. All right, I'll see you tomorrow. I'll see. I'm pretty sure I'll get some good sleep tonight, and then I should be able to upstream. Hopefully I'll feel better and no damn hiccups. The hiccups are too high. All right, so we're going to go out like we usually go out. Here we go.
Ha ha! I threw that shit before I walked in the room!
All right, now it's YouTube and all the other spots we stream.
Ha ha! I threw that shit before I walked in the room!